Again, I am there with a new lecture number 4, chapter 6, class 6, new questions and ideas with a new topic in this video lecture. Now, after reading Upanishads, our next topic is the Sangha. Now, we are going to study in this topic what do we mean by the Sangha. So, that time, the persons or the people who wanted the true knowledge or they who wanted to know many things related about the life, they had to leave their homes and they come out from their homes in order to achieve the true knowledge. So now, how to achieve knowledge? Both the Mahavir and the Buddha felt that only those who left their homes could gain true knowledge. Now, as I have told you first also that the people who wanted to gain true knowledge, they had to leave their homes, because living at home or living in all the comforts, one cannot achieve the true knowledge or param gyan. So for that, they had to leave their homes and they had to go out in search of this knowledge. Par. Now what is this par? It is a question mark over here. If you can see this par and a question mark means what? Par, iske baad kya? Therefore, they arranged for them to stay together in the Sangha, an association of those who left their homes. So, they means who? They means Lord Buddha or Lord Mahavir. They have arranged for them means whom? The people who leave their homes to stay together in the Sangha. Now, what is a Sangha? A Sangha is an association or assembly of those people who have left their homes. So they have done the arrangements for those who have left their homes for the search of true knowledge. Now, rules made for Buddhist Sangha were written in this book. Now, there were certain rules which were made in the Buddhist Sangha which the people had to follow. So, these rules were written in a book which was known as Vinaya Pitaka. In this book, the rules which were made for the Buddhist Sangha were written, or you can say were recorded. Next was, all could join this Sangha. Now the question comes, who could join the Sangha? So all could join the Sangha, whether it is a man or a woman or belonging to any of the caste, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Shudra, Vaishya, any caste, any person, traders can join the Sangha. Okay? Because as I have told you that there was no caste system or the Varna system followed in the Buddhism. Others have to take permission of the parents for joining Sangha, especially children. Now, if we talk about children over here, they had to take the permission from their parents for joining the Sangha. Okay, and others, they have to take the permission of certain people. Example, like children had to take the permission of their parents, as I have explained you, for joining the Sangha. They had to take the permission of their parents, and if their parents allow, then only they can join the Sangha. Slaves means das. They had to take the permission from their masters for joining the Sangha. Debtors and creditors, जो उधार देते हैं और जो पैसा लेते हैं. अगर किसी ने पैसा लिया है तो उसे अपने मालिक से जिससे उसने उधार लिया है had to take the permission for joining the Sangha. Women had to take the permission from their husbands for joining the Sangha. So there were certain particular rules which were made for certain people for joining the Sangha. Now the next topic is life of Sangha. Now one had left the home. Now the person is out and he is out for joining the Sangha. So how was the life of Sangha? Men and women who joined the Sangha led simple lives. Now it was not over there that they had left their homes and they were getting luxury comforts over there or very good food over there. No, men and women who joined the Sangha, they had to live simple life. Simple living they had to live. They meditated for most of the time and went to cities and villages to beg for food during fixed hours. Now, most of the time they had to meditate. They had to do the meditation and went to the cities and villages, and some hours were fixed for them to go to the cities and the villages to beg for food. Okay, at one rule was that they cannot steal the food. So they had to beg for food, and for begging they had to go to cities and villages. Now the persons, or you can say the male persons who go for the begging of the food, were known as bhikkhus, and the female were known as bhikkhunis. They taught others and helped one another. In the Sangha, what happens? They used to teach one another, and they also used to help one another. If one if he fails to follow the rules of the Sangha, then the other people of the other members of the Sangha, they help that person to follow the rules. They also held meetings to settle any quarrels that took place within the Sangha. If there is any quarrel in the Sangha, they take the meetings to settle these type of quarrels. They wanted that everyone in the Sangha should live like a family. It should be a family, and they should live like the family members. So that is why every time they were ready to help each other. Now you can see a pic over here. This pic is of Buddhist Sangha. You can see the association of people, assembly of people sitting over here. Now once the people have left their homes, they are living in Sangha. So slowly and slowly they decided to build certain shelters for them. So these shelters were known as monasteries. So first the people, they used to live, the monks and the nuns who were wandering from place to place, they used to live in the caves, as there were no permanent shelters, no buildings made for them. So they used to live in the caves, and both Jain and the monasteries are also known as viharas. Both Jain and Buddha monks went from place to place. As you know that they used to wander from one place to the other place sometimes for food, sometimes to spread the teachings. So every time they used to go from one place to other, teaching people. The only time they stayed in one place was during the rainy season. Now, whether it is a hot season weather or whether it is a very cold weather, they keep on moving and moving, because they think that if it is a hot weather, then they can wear some light clothes, and if it is the winters or the cold weather, then they can wear some warm clothes and they can protect themselves. And henceforth they never used to stay at one place. But in the rainy season, it was difficult for them to go from one place to the other, because at that time the roads were not very good, the places were filled with water, sometimes the level of sea also comes up, so it was difficult for them in the rainy season to go from one place to the other. Henceforth they used to live in monasteries. They used to take the help of monasteries and the vihar, which are known as viharas. So that time they have these type of monasteries were made now permanently and in a very good way for these monks and nuns to live at the time of, especially at the time of rainy season. Now this why I have also explained you just now only, that why in the rainy season they used to live at one place, and why in the other seasons they used to move from one place to the other. Therefore their supporters built temporary shelters for them in gardens, or they lived in natural caves or in hilly areas. As I have told you, they used to live in the caves till the time changed. Then slowly and slowly the building monasteries were made for them, and then they started living over there. So I hope, children, that over till here you have understood this chapter. Now the chapter is finishing over here. To read the chapter once again, to read the topics once again. This pic is of the monastery, a modified monastery of that time, where the monks and the nuns used to live. This another pic also you can see. It is a cave hollowed out in the hills. This is a cave in Karle, present-day Maharashtra. Monks and nuns lived and meditated in these shelters. And by the time, stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you.